The voter suppression topic doesn't have all the pizzazz of a lot of what's going on right now. So when I see mainstream media goes ahead and continue to cover it with the kind of dedication that somebody like Stephanie Ruhle is doing, it really it warms the heart, because this is a serious issue that really needs constant coverage to ensure that we embarrass Republicans and point out the fact that what these guys are really doing, suppressing the vote. Check this out. We'll take it on the other side.
This morning, the anger is intensifying over Georgia's recently passed voting law, but it could just be the tip of the iceberg. At least 361 new laws have been proposed in 47 states to limit mail-in, early, in-person, and election day voting. And as criticism grows from corporations and Democrats, Republicans are pointing to blue state election laws as proof of an alleged double standard. Jane Tim has been busy doing some serious fact-checking, and for fact's sake, she joins us now. First, there's confusion about what was originally in the Georgia bill and what actually passed. Can you clear this up?
Yeah, so some of the early provisions they looked at would have limited who could vote by mail, would have cut early voting. The eventual bill actually expands early voting, and that sort of seemed like maybe a dollop of sugar designed to make this go down a little easier. But it didn't work for corporations and for Democrats who said there's any barriers to the ballot box are just too many.
Some Republicans are defending Georgia's law, and they're pointing to Colorado, saying both states have voter ID requirements, and they claim Colorado has fewer early voting options. I mean, they got a lot of drop boxes in that state. So how accurate is this argument?
This is a pretty unserious comparison, because Colorado runs their elections almost entirely by mail. So while Georgia might have more early voting, Colorado's 15 days of early voting serves like 10% of the voters. And their voter ID policy is non-strict. You can use a utility bill, a paycheck. Georgia, we're talking photo ID from the government.
This is why it is important for us to counteract what the misinformation the right-wing media is giving to its listeners. The listeners of the right-wing media hears, oh, Georgia really expanded voted. What did she call it? A dollop of sugar to allow it to go down a little bit easier. A dollop of sugar to tell you, okay, I'm going to give you a few more days, but these are all the restrictions that now are applied. We can overturn your election. We can put somebody in jail if they try to feed you or give you water in a line. We have to make sure that the amount of voter machines in every precinct is the same, which means a precinct that has more or an area that has more people will still only get the same amount of machines, which means that the lines are going to be longer. And guess where that happens? In areas that are generally Democratic. So do not buy the crap. Do not fall for the spin. What the Republicans are doing they're trying to hold on to minority rule by making sure many Americans lose their right to vote. We cannot let this happen. We have to get around it. We have to vote them out and put people in office who truly and really believe in democracy. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.